Good. All right. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to the November 2024 Leitchfield Tourism Commission meeting. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. We'll introduce our visitors. Looks like we have Robert Mandy McKenzie with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The floor is yours.
Robert is going to speak with us and Mandy about the meeting I emailed you guys about. That's very exciting, the Sounds of a Small Town America, and I
Yeah.
thought maybe he could fill in some gaps because I'm really excited about this project.
You want us to come forward?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Step on up.
Well, it's difficult for me not to be long-winded, but I'll do my best. To give a little backstory, a few weeks ago, we had an open mic night at the Alice Theater. One of the contestants was a young lady that's from a county near here, and she competed and she sang gospel music. Sounded great. After it was over, she said, "I'd really like my organization to meet you guys because we've got some exciting things to happen." Well, that happened to be the Inspirational Country Music Association. They're based near Nashville, and this is their second year for putting on a production whereby they pick small towns. It's called Sounds of a Small Town. So they pick small towns in different states. They'll highlight the small town. They'll come in, video production, and they'll have contestants coming in. For example, in Kentucky, they've chosen Kentucky this year, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Texas. So it'll be 5 different states. They'll choose one small town in each one of those states to have up to 25 contestants come into the small town, compete. The top 3 or 4, it's not etched in stone, they may have a 5th, would move on to the advanced competition, with the finals being at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. So it's a really exciting opportunity. So this lady was telling me about it. I got a call from Steve Bridgman, who is a #1 artist now on the Inspirational Country Music charts. And he got a hold of his director, well, she's the president of the ICMA, and they came up and met with us. So we had a deal where Elsa could come in and just learn about what the opportunity was, and they would like to, after looking at the theater and hearing about it and seeing our setup, they would like to select Grayson County and Leitchfield, Kentucky as that opportunity. They've booked it for March the 8th to be able to come in and do that, and I think it's a great opportunity for our community. Steve, he is the director and organizer for Friday After 5 in Owensboro for the gospel music that they have up there, and they've had thousands of people come into that one. I don't expect thousands of people to come into Grayson County, but I think it's a great opportunity. So.
Well, they did say that last year was their first year of doing the Sounds of a Small Town, and that when they would have it in these different small towns, it wasn't just that state people coming, because it's advertised across the U.S., and so just because it's in Leitchfield doesn't mean it's Leitchfield people that'll come or Kentucky people that'll come. It'll drive in from lots of states. People,
Indiana.
yeah.
What
to-
other promotion do you think
to-
Litchfield will get out of this event?
I know
What exposure, I guess?
I know they'll put it on their websites, and it's going to be shown. They haven't released anything yet because we haven't officially said, they want to come here regardless. But it'll be on their website. They're going to be doing the production of it. So they'll have a Friday night meet and greet. They'll have the judges coming in from Nashville. They'll do a kind of a red carpet type thing Friday evening for dignitaries to come in, and then they would have the contestants Saturday. All that will be filmed, and that will be shown later whenever they do their work at the Grand Ole Opry when they get to the finales. But they're also in hopes, and they haven't made the trip yet out to California, but they're looking to get this in production. So it could be nationally televised, it could be regionally televised, but they are a national presence when it comes to inspirational country music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
It was my understanding that a portion of that program would focus on the community events, attractions, and there could be some interviews too.
Okay.
Yeah, they spread throughout the community. They interview people throughout the community. So they're highlighting our small town.
Yeah. So I assume you're asking us to sponsor this event through the,
We are not asking for sponsorship.
Right.
When we had the meeting with them, they said, would, your tourism be interested in helping us bring the full production here by either way of hotel accommodations and the use of the theater?
right. Do you have a value that you're asking for, that they're asking for?
I haven't put pen to paper,
Okay.
but I'd say it's somewhere between 35 and
4,000.
4,000, somewhere
Okay.
right in that neighborhood, to cover hotel, because they would fill the hotel, of course, and they wouldn't have to go to this one, they could go.
Right.
have to
It's
go
just
to- they could go
lodging
to
in
other
general.
Airbnbs, but then the venue itself, the
Right.
theater, would be for a day and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we'd do a Friday evening, really try to glitz it up and get some exposure for Grayson County and for that organization.
Yeah.
And
Well, you'd think that many people coming to town, you're not gonna be able to house them all anyway.
Right.
So they're gonna
Yeah.
not only eat here, but stay here, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a neat event.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Sounds exciting.
March 8th, did you say?
Yes.
Is that the Friday or is that the Saturday?
That's Saturday.
But
Okay.
they would come in on Friday,
7th and 8th?
yeah. Because Friday is when they would kind of meet with, the city people and then be out in the community.
Mhm.
and-
So is this just the first round of this? I understand it's in rounds, so the
Yes.
next round, if they win here, the 4 or 5 win here, they'll go on somewhere else.
Yeah,
That
so
won't be
they'll-
here again, will it?
Yeah, it's, think of March Madness.
Right.
You get your 4 or 5 contestants from here, and then they'll get the 4 or 5 from Texas and Arkansas and
Okay.
wherever else.
Mississippi.
And then they will narrow it down to the finalists next year in 2025. And I think Steve told me that they actually had their show like the night before the
Okay.
CMAs, and it was a pretty big event
Huh.
and pretty cool.
That's neat.
It's neat.
Robert, do you feel comfortable that the 4,000 would meet the sponsorship for their expenses?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anything else you want to share with us on that?
No, I just think it's a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
It is.
And honestly, it's one of the reasons that, that God put it on our heart to build that place out anyway, is so that we could see lots and lots of people coming into the community, and we could share our community with others, and so I just think it's a pretty neat opportunity.
Well, it's working. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So do we need to make a motion? Is that something that we'll go ahead and approve of today?
If you have an interest in sponsoring that.
Do you wanna just do that now?
4,000.
I have an interest in this sponsor.
Yeah, I have an interest in it.
Okay.
I'll make
Is
a
that a
motion.
motion?
I'll make a motion
I
to
second it.
sponsor, it. yeah.
Up to 4,000?
$4,000.
And Joyce seconds. All in favor with sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. Thank you all. They'll just come out of special events, I assume.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good
Thank
day.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Denny, you're here. You must want something.
We missed you.
We have missed you.
We missed you, Denny.
Yeah,
You always want some. Money.
but we like it, though.
As you know, the Historical Society, I'm here on behalf of the Historical Society. They do a walking tour, and last time, we're generally having about 40 to 50 people on the walking tour on afternoons, so I expect every one of y'all to come to the next one. But anyway, at the last one, we had Allison from the Historical Society was able to do like a QR code, where we did a walking tour, and plus they could pull up on their phone pictures of the facility, or the
Historical,
jail when it was
right.
built. Alexander Hotel when it was built, and some information about it. So that kind of got us thinking about maybe doing plaques on the buildings, and then have a QR code where the plaque would say, this building built in 1930, whenever.
Or, yeah.
And then you could do the QR code and find out more information about it if you're interested. So kind of do a walking tour on their own, so
Yeah.
people out of town can walk around and do that. I think the square is on the National Register for Historics, and also one block off of the square. So there's about 40-some buildings, about 3 houses that are still up as part of the tour we talk about. So we're, again, asking maybe to do think about doing a plaque, and then we checked into it, and the cost is a lot. The plaques run from anywhere from $100 to $300, depending on how elaborate you want, and then installing them, so you can tell pretty quickly it's going to be in real money.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't know it was something if tourism would be interested in sponsoring. I'm not asking for commitment. I'm just asking if you are interested, we can get estimates and talk to the owners of the building. But we didn't think there was any need, you know,
If you didn't have the money.
minimum 7,000 or 8,000, could be 20,000, depending on how elaborate you want this, and the size of it.
Right.
So I didn't know if there's any interest in it. If there are, we'll go around and ask the owners of the buildings if they're interested, get estimates on how much, installers how much, and then bring it back and say, okay, this is, you want plan A, B, or C, this is how much. If there's interest in doing it, we'll do that. If not, we'll just kind of leave it alone.
I like the
How
idea.
many buildings did you say?
There's like 40,
Oh,
there's
wow.
3 houses and 40-some buildings. And that's the square and then a block off the square, see? So when you go a block off the square, you're getting like Dunn's Old Dunn's
Right.
Hardware, Opera House on that end, then Western Auto, Louisville Store on that end, the bank.
Right.
Although I'm not sure the bank,
It was in the
Qualify,
70s, so
but-
probably not.
but it's part of the tour.
Right.
And then the square. But I just thought it was something neat. You know what a nerd I am about stuff like this.
No, I think it's a
And I
neat
just thought
idea.
it'd be kind of neat, and we're not asking for anything now, just to check it out and see.
I think that to go on and check it out and then come back to us,
Yeah.
because I think it sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, we have nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, and
Let's just
the
look at
fact
it.
that 40 or 50 people are showing up just for the tours,
Yeah.
it's pretty good turnout, you know, and you all put a lot into those, and we've got a lot more foot traffic around the square, and it kind of shows pride in our town whenever we, you know,
It's a good
share our
point.
history.
And you can
There's
tell
only
by the
going to be
square,
more
look
foot
at it.
traffic, yeah.
Yeah.
I've already talked to a few of the owners, and everybody's was like you guys, yeah, it sounds like
Yeah,
a
it'd be
great
great.
idea. In fact, one said, I'll pay for the plaque. You know,
Yeah, and that's the
thought-
thing, they may pay for their own plaque.
I thought they thought it was a neat idea. So if it's something you're all interested in, we'll go around, talk to the owners, get estimates, and then bring it back to see.
When
Okay,
can
guys.
you have this for us, Denny?
Do one now?
When can you have this information for us?
Probably, I don't know, next month, but the following month at least.
Okay.
I would suspect.
We probably won't meet in December, so.
Yeah,
It'll work out.
Yeah.
'Cause
that'd be good.
Yeah.
it'd be fine. We'll give it a
Sounds
shot.
good. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. We'll move on to the minutes from last meeting. If you haven't had a chance to do so, please review those. Take any questions or entertain a motion to approve those.
Make a motion, we approve.
Angie with first.
Second.
Anthony second. All in favor with the sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. On to the financial report.
Before you do those, if you don't care, Jeff has been here this week
Okay.
and some last week, working on the audit. His goal, he's got a couple of extra people here working with him, so he's moving along a lot quicker this
Great.
year. His goal is to have everything done before December 31st, which he's going to try to present in January.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to get everything presented and some final numbers and everything quite a bit earlier this year. They're currently on task, so as long as they stay that way, I feel like it's a pretty realistic goal this year. So anyway,
Good.
that's just the progress on where he's at. He hasn't run into any snags or anything so far. Everything looks good so far, so
Well,
it
this
should
is
be
fine.
pretty good.
Good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments on the financial reports? I didn't see anything that really stuck out.
No?
I did.
All right, well, we'll take a motion to approve the financial report.
I'll make a motion.
Linda with first. Can I get a second?
Second.
Joe a second. All in favor with the sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Old business.
Okay, in your
Elsa.
packet, you should have an update from Retail Coach. And I expect that after Christmas, we'll start back with our normal meetings. Zoom meetings and hopefully have additional information.
Okay.
And if we move on to Parks and Rec, you do have a copy of Tammy's notes on the backside of the agenda, but I wanted to point out the first set of notes where she was able to receive Facility of the Year Class 1 award at her KRPS conference. That's a big deal, so congratulations. Tammy.
Congratulations. Good work.
Congratulations, Tammy.
Oh, and she's getting her LGI certification in December. I don't know if you guys know how hard that is, but
a big deal.
Extremely, yeah, that makes her
Yeah.
very valuable to the pool.
Good work.
I was not, I felt that, so I really, I really appreciate that you can pass it. And I'll turn it over to Tammy.
She has a lot of credit for that award because she's the one who did the grant. Without the grant, we would have never been able to proceed, and,
Teamwork.
yeah, exactly.
Good deal.
I put on your desk or in front of you just this information on myrec.com. When I was at the KRPS conference, I met with this man about this. This is the program that KRPS uses. It has a lot of benefits to it. I think it would also increase our registrations and people purchasing aquatic passes, because they could do it all online, and they could get a digital pass on their phone, so we wouldn't have to print out the cards. And when they would scan their code on the phone, it would pop up on our computer, their pictures, so that we would know who it was. And this would also be something in advance for the rec center when that comes to play. But this is also based, I just wanted to give it to you so you look at it. It's based also on payment is how much money you bring in. So he figured about $100,000 a year. It costs us a little over $3,000 a year for the program. So, and it's all downloaded onto your laptop or your computers, and we could use it at the aquatic center, baseball, softball, junior pro.
On the billing of that, is that just billed on your gross receipts? 3%? Okay.
So I tried to print out as much information just to let you know. The last company I brought to you guys was like $2,000 a month. So this is a difference in it. But he's willing to come and do a demo if you all are interested. But I just wanted to give you the information to look at and review it. But this would also, they could do pavilion rentals online, aquatic passes, ballpark, junior pro.
So when you say ballpark, I mean, would you register your child through this program? Instead of
Exactly.
having to come and actually do it
Exactly,
physically?
and then at the, before the season starts, you could do, everybody has to enter all their information and emails and stuff.
Right.
I could do a mass email letting them know, hey, signups are starting February 1st
Right.
till such and such date. So then I wouldn't have the excuse that these people didn't get that information. So,
So is
but-
it an?
and the
is
same
it
thing
an-
with the junior pro, and the same thing with the aquatic passes. Send out, aquatic passes are gonna be on sale, the first 2 weeks of December or in April.
Right. So is it an app that someone would need to download, or is it a
It's
website? or
it's a
what?
program. Yeah, they would just log into the program. It
Okay.
wouldn't necessarily be an app. It'd be they downloaded to the program, and the program would do a mass email out
Generate
to
it.
their emails. I'm not sure about the text messaging. I think that's in there, but I didn't go into detail about that.
Could they do day passes also?
It's whatever we want to put in there, they could do that. Now I'd have to find out if they could print something out for a day pass, or if it would just be.
Just like if you
Just
got a
a-
concert ticket?
yeah.
I think we should definitely look into the demo. It would streamline.
Oh,
things
for sure.
people, and you eliminate a lot of face-to-face that people don't necessarily want to do now.
Right.
And a lot of people can't get into City Hall by 4 o'clock to
Right.
purchase things. So, I mean, I have people call me and they want to do it over the phone, and sometimes I'm not available to do that, and that's just too much for the girls up front
Right.
to have to deal with.
Right.
So
Do you
I
know
just-
of any county surrounding us that uses this program? I know the Parks and
There's
Rec.
a few of them. I think Bowling Green is doing it, using it. Georgetown is doing it. KRPS is using it. KRPS went from Rec Desk to My Rec because there was so many bumps in the road with Rec Desk. But this one, so far, they've had no issues. We've even done all of our awards programs for the KRPS conference. We'd go in there, and they had all the forms digitally downloaded.
So you've used it personally?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've used it.
Have you talked to Bowling Green or Georgetown specifically about it?
I think they did, I'm almost positive they went to my rec, but I'll find out who else does it. I'll go on the KRPS site and ask anybody
Yeah,
else who does it.
start there. But yeah, I think a demo's deserved.
But I just thought I'd give you this information for you to look over and give you a little bit more input on it. And I don't mind researching other programs too. I just know from,
But this is recommended by the state, so.
yeah.
Okay.
Anything on pickleball?
I have messaged Chris. Have you heard anything, Denny, from Chris, from Scotty's, about pickleball?
Let's talk to Chris yesterday,
Okay,
and he said that their engineers still had all the information,
okay.
and they haven't done anything on it yet.
All right, because I emailed them a couple of weeks ago and asked them about it. I haven't heard anything back.
Chris said that they were overwhelmed with work right now, and they were running out.
Makes sense.
A process where they have to do a lot of study beforehand, or engineering before they.
Okay.
before they get to bid.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've just left rec center on the agenda in case there is an update from that. Ryan, I don't know if you guys have had any additional, okay.
No, nothing new on that.
So we'll go straight to Light Up the Park. That is Friday, December 6th at 5. Everything is in order for that with the students to sing, Santa. Tammy has many displays this year. And the Lions Club will be serving the cocoa and cookies. So please come out and join us.
Cool.
The very next day on December 7th, the parade will start at 3:30. Immediately, Christmas on the Square will start at 4:30. The art students are going to be painting the week prior to the windows. We've agreed to pay for the supplies and 3 meals throughout the week. We previously spoke about the soldiers that the Grayson County Fiscal Court purchased, so I was able to get the price on that if you guys want to make a motion for us to split the expenses.
Okay. I guess we need a motion for that
Yes.
cost.
And that's $45.49 for our portion.
Get a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
Linda? Anthony, second. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Okay, I'm really excited about this. We've talked about it for several years, but it just wasn't feasible to do. Now, we have the opportunity to have an ice rink, and that would be at Christmas on the
great.
Square. I know.
Cool.
And the date is available. So it would just be for 3 hours if you guys choose to go with that. 50 to 70 could skate at one time. They have the manpower there, so they'll supervise if people need to get off at a certain time limit or if they can stay on longer. And total cost, I just got this yesterday. Total cost for that, including the travel and the manpower, is $7,095.80.
$7,095.
And 80 cents. They are coming out of Henry County, and the gentleman that I spoke with, we've worked with him for many years because he works in close contact with Fun Time Productions that has supplied our rides for Fiddlin' for many years.
So is this real ice or like the
No.
acrylic?
No, it's
All right.
not, it's not real ice.
So how long did you say, 3 hours?
It's 3 hours, so it would be 4:30 to 7:30 during the duration of
Okay.
Hometown Christmas on the Square. Location, we're thinking the parking lot that fiscal court owns to the right before you get to the square, if we can't put it directly on the square. That would depend on getting cars moved out once they start shutting the streets down, because it does take a few hours to put
I
up.
think so. Are you thinking that that's free to use? So we
Yes.
wouldn't charge tickets or anything?
Correct.
Okay.
How is that gonna work? Is there gonna, will there be a time limit or something?
So normally, he said there's not over 70 on there at a time, because people
Okay.
get on and they'll get off depending on the weather. But
Okay.
if it does become that there's 70, that their employees would watch and have people get off after a certain amount of time,
Okay.
so that others could get on.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's free, so it's not like you can really,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah,
complain about it.
And they provide the skates.
okay.
There's fencing. I mean, it's really, it'll be a learning curve for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we need a special motion on that, or will that fall just under special events?
I would love to have a motion so I can have it in the minutes because of the amount. And
Okay.
then it would come from special event expense.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Angie and Carla, first and second. All in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Well, that'll be different.
Yeah.
Be neat.
Thank you.
So I heard we're gonna have some snow too?
Possibly.
Yeah,
I think there'll be a
Hopefully.
couple different surprises that night
Good.
for people who come.
Never know about the weather.
That's right.
No, it'll be really snowing.
Okay, that's exciting.
Be here before you know it.
December meeting date falls on Christmas Eve,
Oh, yeah.
so.
So we'll be here bright and early.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to do that.
Thank you
come on.
for not wanting to do that.
Come on,
What else you got to do?
come on, darling.
All right, do we need a motion to just postpone that meeting, or delay, I guess cancel that meeting,
That's what we
right?
did last year, too.
Yeah. So can we
I'll
get
make a
a,
motion.
I'll
Carla.
second it.
Joyce seconds, all in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
So moved.
Okay.
All right,
For other, Angie and I have a meeting with First Baptist Church representatives at 10:30 today to discuss future of gospel. and
Okay.
Any participation. So we'll update you guys at the next meeting. And I don't have anything else for old business.
on to new business then.
Okay. In your packet, you have information from K105 on their game day. That's $850 to sponsor the entire, it's a boy-girls basketball jamboree. So, well, you have the information in your packet. But it is bringing 8 other counties
Oh,
in.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we discussed it on email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And
all
if-
pretty much said we were in for that, right? Do we still
You
need to-
were. So for
Make
a motion?
minute-wise, if you are okay with that, I'll
Yeah.
proceed forward and put that toward our advertising budget.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think I have gotten with everyone about the city Christmas party that will be on Friday, December 13th. If anything, and I've turned that into Lori. If anything changes, just please let me know, or Lori
Okay.
know. Robert, I wish I'd brought this up when he was here. They had the powerlifting competition earlier in the month, and it went so good. That was regional competition. So he got with me after, and they like the area so well that they're interested in having their state competition here, and that would be in March.
Oh,
No, I'm
Is
sorry,
that-
that will be in June, June 6th and
June.
7th. So they're
They
really
do
not.
that at the center?
They do that at the center.
Okay.
And I mean, it's really something to see when
I'm
you go
sure.
here.
Yeah.
The center is available, so I've marked that off. We had agreed to give them a grant for the first one, which is for advertising
Mm-hmm.
T-shirts that have our logo. There's still plenty of money in the grant, so they're not asking for any additional funding. I just wanted to let you guys know that we'll be able to sponsor this.
How many people approximately came? I assume there'd be a lot, right?
I know they had participants from Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. And they come in the Friday evening before to do
Okay, good.
weigh-ins, but I don't have an exact number.
Okay, I was just curious.
did
The
you,
building was full,
So I
It
mean,
looked like it was a pretty
50 to 100
solid
easily.
amount.
then.
easy.
did you give the date on that, Elsa?
The state competition will be June 6th and 7th.
Okay, June?
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't believe I have anything else for new business.
What's NASA?
That's
That is,
awesome. I was like, this is gonna be
that
interesting.
is the Natural Athletic Strength Association powerlifting.
I would think that would be trademarked already.
Yeah, they should have chose a different
Sorry,
name.
that's the powerlifting.
Like, is the astronaut coming or
I
what?
had the same thought. I had the same thought. I wondered that too before
All right.
she started talking.
Any other new business?
No?
None. We'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Anthony?
Second.
Angie, second. All in favor?
Uh,